Okay, so I think we'll just get started so that we can stay on time. AJS seems to really be running a tight schedule, so lest I be the one who screws it all up. So I am Alison Joseph, Senior Editor at the Posen Library of Jewish Culture and Civilization, and this is Digital Resources for the Short 20th Century, 1918 to 2000 for online teaching. So just a little housekeeping. Please put any questions you have during the session in the chat and watch there for other Posen Library initiatives during AJS. There'll be lots of links down there. I'm here to show you how the Posen Library can provide you free, convenient, and digital material for your research and classroom. So just a quick bit about the Posen Library with our new video. So yes, the Posen Library is all these things: a growing collection of art and text by Jewish people around the world, excerpts of primary sources selected by leading scholars of Jewish studies. It offers the religious and secular side by side, including material translated into English for the first time. Unlike an encyclopedia, the Posen Library gives you direct access to the author's work, not an interpretation of it. And this is the best part: it's available for free upon registration at www.posenlibrary.com. When all 10 volumes are completed, it will cover biblical times through 2005. As of now, we have 4 volumes published, both in print, published by Yale University Press. You can find in the chat a 30% AJS discount, as well as online on our Posen Digital Library. These are entries from the years 1750 to 1880 and 1918 to 2005. Our new volume, Ancient Israel, the Second Millennium to 332 BCE, so a very short time period, will be published in spring 2021 and will cover the biblical period. That's over 2,600 selections of art and text, access to excerpts of primary sources available to you. So, as I said, this is all available for free. All you have to do is register on the posenlibrary.com. When you register, you come to a screen like this. You fill out your information. You pretend you insist that you're not a robot, and then you will be able to get in. Once there are multiple ways to search. You can search by keyword, subject, genre, by topic. Today we're going to be talking about the short 20th century, author, and date. So I'm just going to jump in. Once you come to the posenlibrary.com, you come to our beautiful landing page. If you're coming for the first time, you're going to click on this red button to register, but I'm already registered and hopefully logged in, so we'll be able to get right in there. So when you first get to the site, you have an option of a quick search, which is a one-word search here, or we're going to do the more advanced search today. Okay, so since we're talking about a time period, we're going to set a filter for a date range. So the short 20th century beginning 1918, after the end of World War I, this is the time when we see the end of empires, the beginnings of nation states, all of that. So I'm going to set my date range, start 1918 to 2000. Add this filter, press search, and it will pull up 2,000 entries, which is great if you have no idea what you're looking for, right? You could just start clicking, poke around, see what's here. But if you're interested in something more specific, you certainly will want to refine your search further. So multiple ways to refine your search. One is you can search by topic. Perhaps you're interested in Yiddish, the topic of Yiddish during the 20th century. So here we have 39 entries on Yiddish. This might surprise you given how prevalent Yiddish was during this period, but these are entries that are about Yiddish rather than entries that were originally written in Yiddish. So Yiddish as a topic rather than a language. I thought that we could do a search by genre and looking at popular culture. In the late 20th century, we really see a flourishing of different kinds of graphic arts and culture. And I think that popular culture as being included in the Posen Library of Jewish Culture and Civilization is one of the things that sets this collection apart, different from anthologies that are really focused on the literary elite or on religious texts. We have a broad interpretation of what Jewish culture means. And so this has refined our search further. We have 100 entries, and I'll just scan down and you can see the thumbnails of these really diverse images, ads, political ads, the box of the Harwitz, Margaret, and Matzahs, drawings here, Israeli political images, so that you really have very diverse excerpts included here. So I'm going to sort this by date, and you'll see these are entries from the earliest part of our period that we set out, 1918. Which gives you an opportunity to see, you know, what was produced around the same time, but from diverse artists, authors, and from various locales. One of the things that struck me when I first did this search was the prevalence of images from Chad Gadya that are here in our collection. So the first one, which is on the cover of volume 8, covering the interwar period, is an image of the fire burning the stick from the Chad Gadya, and you can see it's a pretty wild graphic image. And then just the next image here is the shochet, also from Chad Gadya. And then when I just scroll down here, we have another image, their shochet from 1923. And so this search by date gave me this very interesting juxtaposition of what I was looking for. So we're still at 100 entries. Maybe we want to further refine this so that we have maybe something more manageable. You want to show it to your students. Not sure how long your classes are, but it seems impossible to focus on 100 entries during a class. And so I'm going to further refine this by comics. And here's where we see this diversity of what's included in Jewish culture and civilization. Here we have covers of comics. We have Batman, Captain America, #1 cover. This Liechtenstein, these images are very well known. And we see really this very broad range of images included here. So I want to make sure that I show you a text, because most of our, even as great as these images are, most of our collection includes text. So I'm going to cross out this, our comics, and I'm going to look for an entry by Alter Brody. Let's see. So I just filtered by names, going to the author names here. Okay, Alter Brody. We have 3 entries by Alter Brody. If you do any kind of search, they come up like this and a results list. I'm going to click on this first family album. And so each entry begins with a short biography of the author or artist. And these are really great for students. These are original to the Posen Library, written by our great editors and expert researchers. So this is great, you know, students doing research, anybody who's interested in these people. And you can see here's his poem of the family album. Other features here, I'll go all the way down. It notes other works by Brody, as well as where you can find this, this originally published. And we have included those three different entries from Brody. This is written in English, so no translation needed, but many of our entries are translated into English, or have been commissioned translations by us. I see some of our translators in our audience today. And so if this were something that appeared in another language, not English originally, down here in the bibliography, would also have a reference to where this could be found in the original language. So I want to, so I'd like to just go back to our homepage and note a few other features, just to let you know we don't have time to get into them. On our About page, how to use this in your classroom, as well as brand new reader's guides that provide excerpts of text with reading questions that are great for students. We just put up a new one this week on the topic of women, and there are more to come. This is a great resource for students, as well as I think would make a really interesting assignment if you wanted to use the Posen Digital Library with your students. Take the reader's guide as a guide and let them, you know, do their own searches on their own topics and create something like that. So just going back, how can you find us and how can you access these great resources? So contact us anytime, info@posenlibrary.com. Register for free. This week, we're also hosting one-on-one sessions if you want to learn more specifically what the Posen Digital Library can help provide you in your classroom and your research, as well as learning how to use those advanced tools. So there are links for that in the chat to sign up meetings with the Posen Library editors, as well as follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We have daily posts with entries of interest, searches you can do. Also in the links in the chat is the opportunity to sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter to be entered into a drawing to win a copy of the newly published with volume 9, covers the years 1939 to 1973, Catastrophe and Rebirth. Thank you. edited by Samuel Casso and David Roskis. So you can sign up to win. And I think that we have maybe a few minutes for questions. I don't know if there were questions that came in the chat, or I'm happy to answer questions. Avery, were there any questions in the chat?
No questions yet.
No chat questions yet. Everybody is just soaking it in. So consult the chat for our links on how to sign up for these one-on-one meetings. Also, this afternoon, our editor-chief, Deborah Moore, will be on a panel crafting a Jewish anthology at 3:45 that you can find in the AJS program. So, okay, if there are no questions, thank you for coming, and enjoy your AJS.